elected official wish to speak? Thank you all for coming. Thomas, where's the pizza? You promise everybody pizza? It's coming? Okay.
Pizza.
I want to thank you all for coming. There's so many people I want to thank, but I'm only going to thank one person right now publicly by name, and that's Thomas, my campaign manager, who he only works 80 to 100 hours a week, and if he could, he would work more, I know. So I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I appreciate all of you being here. I appreciate all your support. I see faces out here that I've known for many years. I see faces out here that I've seen from all different walks of life in Rockland County. I see children, my granddaughter, my daughter, other children all playing together. And that's what it's all about. The issues we face today are issues that are designed to make this county a better county for ourselves, for our children, for our grandchildren. I said at the convention the other night, I love saying it because I enjoy saying it, that we've had a county executive who has been in office for 20 years, elected by the people, but has been here for 20 years. Kings have ruled England, pharaohs have ruled Egypt, and they haven't ruled for that long. And I think that emphasizes one of the things that I really stand for, and that's term limits for the county executive. No county executive should serve more than 2 terms. It's good enough for the President of the United States, it should be good enough for Rockland County. We face several big challenges coming up in Rockland County. The biggest one, of course, is the financial situation of deficit. I introduced a law that will require, it's on my palm card, folks, that will require Rockland County to allocate at least $10 million a year, starting with our budget in 2014, towards deficit reduction. It's a cash issue, deficit reduction. I was at the brunch this morning, and Ellen Jaffe was there, and David Carlucci were there, and they both tell me our deficit bonds are going well, and that there's great hope we'll pass those. I was very glad to hear that, especially from the Senate side, which last year the Assembly passed, the Senate didn't. We've got to deal with this deficit. I'll be coming out with hopefully a major announcement by Wednesday on changing the way county government operates. We're putting it together now. We're talking about picking up a press release on Wednesday and get it out. I want it, and it involves charter changes. And those have to go by referendum, but I want to advance a concept to make county government operate better and to have greater checks and balances. And I'm going to come up with that later this week, hopefully by Wednesday. Keeping in mind that there are certain publications that publish on Thursday and therefore need it.
Thanks.
But Alex spoke, and he spoke correctly. Him and I have sat down, we've had many discussions, as I had with Jeff Finn and as I've had with Howard Phillips, about the relationship between county government and town governments. Sometimes people forget that the county of Rockland and its taxpayers are the same taxpayers in each of the 5 towns. And when you have duplication of services, or when you're not providing services from one branch of government in coordination with the towns and the county, then you're going to run into extra costs and extra expenses, and the people at the end of that rainbow have to pick up the cost of it, are the taxpayers. So we have to find ways to work more harmoniously together, to have better synergies, to be able to work together, whether it's road or drainage projects, whether it's coordination of services. Our great Sheriff Lou Falco. 2 or 3 years ago, the county executive submitted a budget which have virtually wiped out the narcotics task force and the intel unit. It certainly would have wiped out the officers from the towns and village police departments that participated in it. It had other major cuts in the budget, One of the ones affected, and Sheriff Falco told us this, would have been BCI. If we would have had to eliminate the BCI, what would we have done? Had a BCI in every police department? I led the fight to restore those fundings. And today we still have our narcotics task force and our intel unit. And they are so important. The narcotics task force is the one that fights the very engine that drives crime in this county. The desire of people to obtain money, to buy narcotics, and to sell narcotics, and to do the crimes related to getting drugs, are the economic engine of crime in this county. And I say that the whole state of New York and the United States of America. And our narcotics task force is so intricately involved in stopping those crimes. Our intel unit does wiretaps. We have a computer crimes unit where we have police officers who go online and track down sexual predators. I helped create that. It's also on my popcorn. I helped create that. And I did that with Sheriff Kralik when he was sheriff. And the intel unit works closely, of course, with all the towns. When there's something going on in the town, whether it's a Dominican lottery, or whether it's scams on elderly people, or whether it's burglary rings, they're out there using the intelligence that we, the county, provide for them. The intelligence being the wiretap, the resources they need so that they can make these crimes, and make these cases, and prosecute these people. And we don't do it alone. We do it with the officers that participate from the towns and the village police departments. So I was proud to restore those, and today this is still an ongoing unit, still functioning. What many people don't seem to know or understand is critical, is that the county executive sends over a budget. If we vote yes on the budget, that's the budget. If we vote no on the budget, it still becomes the budget. The only way we can make the county executive's budget better is by amending it and then passing that amended budget. And some of my colleagues have routinely voted no for their own reasons. Some I believe were true to their heart, but others I believe were purely political, have voted no on the county executive's budget, and let other people, like me and the majority of our legislators, like Phil Soskin, like Aaron Weeder, carry the heavy weight, the heavy water to get the things passed. And there'll be more about that as this campaign progresses. But when you vote no on the budget submitted by the legislature, the Budget and Finance Committee, if we all vote no, the county executive's budget becomes the budget, with all its cuts. You wouldn't have mosquito spraying for the last 3 or 4 years if we wouldn't have put it back in the budget. For 2013, we did that. County executive not only abolished the larvicide that goes into the catch basins to kill the mosquitoes, but he also abolished the entire unit of the health department that did that. We put it back in. In order to put it back in, we had to amend the budget and vote yes on the budget, and we did. And I'm saying to you, those people who voted no on the budget, they voted against that, my belief, because they had to stand up for something and they didn't. So, there's a lot of things that I have in mind for the future of this county, and to make this county a better place to live and operate. I want to open up the county executive's office. It will not be a closed door. People will be able to come in to see me. I will have certain hours, certain days, and certain times every month where the members of the public can come in to see me and approach me and talk to me about anything that you think needs to be done. And when you come to see me, I want to have the superintendent of highways and the commissioner of health and the commissioner of social services and the various commissioners in my office. So you don't have to talk to me and then say what's going to happen 2 months later. I want them there. I want them to see it. And if it's something the county can do, we want to try and help. And if it's something that's more appropriate for the town, we'll work with the town. If it's more appropriate for a village, we'll work with the village. We all have to work together to make this county a better place to live. And I intend to go to those towns and villages of the county executive. I don't remember the last time the county executive went into a town or into a village and met with the residents and the board in those towns and villages. I don't know. I will do that. I will do that because I'm going to be working with great supervisors like Alex Roman. So, I can speak on and on, but I don't want to. I want to thank you all for coming here. I really appreciate your support and your help. No one can win an election by themselves. The only way to win an election is to have people like you supporting me and working for me and giving up your time from your families and your loved ones like you are giving up your time today. And I really appreciate that very much. I just saw our Democratic County Chair, Kristen Stavisky, come in. Kristen. say a few words, Kristen?
Sure.
Sure. That's why she's a great county chair.
I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to see a whole nice big room of Democrats. And I'm looking forward to victory in November against Ed Day when we paint Rockland blue.
Now, we're very open and democratic. So is there anyone else who'd like to speak? You're welcome to come up and speak. Anyone?
It's fun, you just get up and do it.
All right, I'll tell you what. Thomas, break out the pizza, Thomas.
All right, I want to thank everybody for coming. 1 second. Any elected officials that are here, I would appreciate if you would all come and stand behind Ilan to take some photos for us. Other than that, thanks again. This has been a really big success. I hope Ilan is happy. It's great. Pizza's over here. Sign in with Kathy. Before you leave, we need to have a count of how many people are here, so if you don't mind signing your names and email addresses with Kathy at the front table. Thanks again.